Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel, Horsepower Warehouse. I just wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about the state of my shop, what I have here going here for restorations, and why. Why am I doing so many C2 Corvettes right now? I've got people sending their cars in from all over the country, all over the world. You guys know I'm always a buyer for a C2 Corvette. If I can find a nice project car, I'm writing the check as fast as I can. So why are we doing so many C2 Corvettes in particular? What is drawing people to my shop for me to do their cars, and why do I pick this car? You guys know that I do a lot of classic cars. I mean, I have 2 complete showrooms full of classics. And traditionally, my shop was not always like you see it. It sits right now, I'm pretty much filled to the brim with Corvettes. But traditionally, I mean, it would be a Nova, a Chevelle, an Oldsmobile, a Buick. You know, there was no rhyme or reason for what I was restoring. I would just find a really good project car, buy it, turn it, do a complete restoration on it, and sell the vehicle. And as it sits right now, I mean, we've got 67 frame off restoration, 66 frame off restoration, 65 frame off restoration, just all different various states of restoration on these Corvettes. Why are we becoming the specialist on these cars? Well, the answer is they're exceptionally difficult to restore. I mean, in terms of actually getting the car right to get it to where it's going to meet NCRS or Bloomington standards, or even, you know, win car shows. To build this car in comparison to something like a Volkswagen Beetle or a Ford Mustang or a Chevelle or something, you know, a common restoration car. Parts availability, you can get the parts for these. It's a little bit more expensive, but the actual labor, the time necessary to get the car back together in a fine fashion. You can toss these cars together just like you can do with any car, but in order to get it to where you're going to want to base a YouTube channel off of it like I do, I mean, I'm really, really proud of my work. We are not just assembling cars here. Every single step has thought. Check out the chassis on this customer 66 Nassau, by the way. Don't judge me on the valve covers because I haven't cleaned those yet, but completely powder coated chassis. You can see all the new brake lines, all the new bushings, all the new hardware. A lot of the markings have already been done on this car as well. This one is, for all intensive purposes, pretty much ready to go up under the body here. You can see how we have the body all cleaned up underneath. A lot of hours were spent on this car just in getting it really, really nice prior to putting this bad boy down on there, or up there, because once that is in the way of all this, it's really difficult to get it this clean to this level. So that's why we really scrutinize our frame offs in terms of cosmetics. It's really, really difficult to get these cars to look the way they do. Just for instance, let me show you. Let's peek back through here. If you guys have seen my previous video, you know about this one. This is a Lindale Blue 67, and this is probably one of the most decorated cars that we've had come through the shop. I mean, this thing is Triple Crown, Top Flight, Bloomington Gold, Duntov Award, Performance Award. Holy moly, the awards on this car, it's astronomical. But if you look at this build, now this is a fantastic build. I'm not knocking this car in the least. But if you look at that, and then you park it next to one of my restorations, let me just show you. Let's make our way through the shop here. This is the Mosport 427 convertible I was referring to in the last video. But this is my build, right? I just completed this car. I don't think it's for sale yet. Probably will be pretty shortly here. Waiting for the boss man to get back in town so we can do photographs and videos and so on and so forth. But check this restoration out. Look at the detail. I mean, I'm going to go nice and slow and show you guys how nice and pretty and sorted. I have scrutinized upon scrutinized this car. Same thing with the interior. It's just as gorgeous. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying I've spent an inordinate amount of time getting through the details on this car to make it to where this will make that NCRS top flight, 11-time top flight winner. In comparison, that car looks, I'm not going to say dull, but this one, put it next to that one, my car looks better. I'm sorry, you know, I'm trying to go about this without patting myself on the back, but I've went so far into trying to make my cars that much better that if you park this next to that car, and that one being a multinational award winner, my car looks better. I'm sorry, guys. Now, if you are not familiar with my previous video where I go into why I restore cars wrong, that's why I restore Corvettes wrong, because I'm trying to achieve this. I can build you this in any option package, any color. I mean, it's gonna, I really want to build cars to this spec. With that being said, could I apply my same process to doing, you know, Lamborghini Miras and Ferrari Dinos? Absolutely. And it would be, in my opinion, probably about the same difficulty to do those types of restorations as it is these Corvettes. It's really that intense. I get a lot of questions from you guys at home that are trying to do restorations in your garage. You know, Junior, where do I start? What products do you use? What processes do you use to try to get a car to that level? To be honest with you, it's really expensive to restore these cars. It's labor intensive. The parts are not the cheapest. But in order for you to do this in your garage, you need every bit of what I have here. You're going to need a 2-post lift. You're going to need compressors and media blasting machines and all of the tooling that I have. So you can actually buy all of that stuff and still probably be ahead in the restoration if you do it yourself. The problem is going to be in the time that it's going to take you to actually get this done. My cars get done inordinately fast. They're done super quick. Do not use my shop as a reference for how long it should take you at home to do a frame-off restoration, guys, because it's not fair to yourself. I mean, I've done this so many times now that I know every single nut and bolt on these cars. I mean, I'm no liar. Look at my hands. This is as clean as they get, guys. I mean, I'm the guy doing this work on these cars. I'm no liar. I'm not trying to say I'm better than you. I'm just saying that I've done this so many times, and it's still a challenge for me to get a car to be that beautiful. It's not, I'm going to say it's a challenge, but it just doesn't happen overnight. It's not something that happens with ease, even to someone like me with a fully outfitted shop. I mean, I am quality control here. Every single car goes through me. Every single complete frame-off restoration build, I have my fingers so deep into it that I might as well say I did it myself. I have one technician that works with me. He's knocks it out of the park. He's a fantastic tech, but he hasn't done as many Corvettes as I have. So I'm really picky about how I approach things. Well, I've got your guys' attention. Let me show you my race car. I've been neglecting this thing on the channel, and I know I've gotten a few comments about people asking me, hey Junior, how's the Fox body coming? 2,000 horsepower in the making right here. I've got a set of big old precision turbos at home. So I'm really excited about sharing this with the channel. I don't know if you guys are excited about seeing it, but I can't wait to start making content at Bradenton Motorsports Park with you guys and showing you my efforts to put down 2,000 horsepower and go as fast as possible. But let me know what you guys think down below. In terms of the Corvette restorations, why do you think I have so many of them? You know, as an outside observer, I could do anything. I could restore any car. Why are so many Corvettes propagating into my shop? Personally, I think it's because it's such a difficult car to restore correctly. And there's so many shops that are taking these cars in, taking deposits from people, you know, making big promises, and quite frankly, they don't know what they're getting themselves into. And 6 to 8 months down the line, you know, they put a lot of work into it. It's not really culminating into a project that's getting done, and then they kind of back out of the project. They either request more money from the customer, say, hey, I'm sorry, you know, I underbid the project. I need more money for more labor. You know, or it's very few and far between that a shop is going to get a frame underneath the car, completely powder coated, everything completely built and ready to go back up under the car in 2 months. I mean, it's pretty rare. I did it in this car, and I wasn't even working full-time on this. I'm doing, as you can tell, several frame-off restorations at a time, in addition to non-frame-off restorations. Check out the interior. I showed you guys last week kind of how it was coming on this 63 convertible. As you guys know, this was born a red car. It was red with black interior. The previous owner changed it to black, completely gutted it. It's going back to red. I'm really proud of how the interior is coming out on this. Of course, all new carpets, door panels, all the dash has been completely refurbished. I did a bunch of stuff underneath the dash just while I had it open, just to pretty things up. Yeah, bang. I'm traditionally not a fan of the same color interior as the exterior. You know, the red on red, I just feel like sometimes it's too much red. But with the 63, it's got this multi-piece carpet kit in it. It came out so nice in the red carpet that I'll accept it. I kind of like the look of this red on red car. Either way, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. I'm promised to keep you guys updated with all the builds that we have going. The body is going down onto the chassis on this Nassau Blue behind me. The 67 427 car over there, we've got the engine completely rebuilt at Steve Keach's, so that roller is going together next. As I mentioned, we've got another frame off going on this car as well. So I'm happy to keep you guys updated on the progress of all my restorations. I'm super proud of my work, and I thank you guys so much for watching, supporting. Any comments that you put down below, you know, I genuinely appreciate it. So thank you guys so much, and until next time, take care.